What up, fellow nerds, and welcome to Not Your Status Quo's The Mandalorian, Episode 7, The Reckoning Review. And this is filled with spoilers, so be warned.
If you like what we do here and you want your friends to see how awesome of a time you're having watching our videos, make sure you let them know about it, share our link, share the video, and you know what? Share our Facebook page and all of our other social media stuff too.
And subscribe. Thanks for leaving me so much to say.
And ring the bell.
And ring the bell. Thank you. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Episode 7 starts with the Mandalorian in space with Baby Yoda. Once again,
Of course.
that's just what we're calling him. This is not actually Yoda. It's just a baby of his species.
It is literally Baby Yoda. This takes place 900 years ago.
All right, we're not gonna roll with that narrative anymore, guys. We're gonna confuse people.
We actually believe this. No.
It's 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Officially.
And the Mandalorian receives a message from Greef Karga.
Greef
I
Carl
looked up his
Weathers.
name because I keep calling him Carl Weathers or Apollo Creed. And Karga's town, the one where the Mandalorian was early in the season, has been overrun by Imperial troops led by the Client. So he's desperate to recover the child.
Mm-hmm.
So Karga proposes that the Mandalorian use the child as bait to come back to the planet, kill the Client, and free the town.
But Mando, he is not falling for that trap. He knows what's going on.
Well, in return, Karga's like, yeah, I'll straighten everything out with the guild, and you'll be free to do your thing. But you're right. Our boy, the Mandalorian,
Very
not
skeptical.
not so trusting.
Yeah, he's.
Time to get the crew back together.
Come on,
Leave
keep
me
getting.
hanging.
All right.
Thank you.
What's the Rick and Morty phrase?
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
So we get a couple of son of a bitch I'm in scenes. He goes out, he gets Cara Dune from the planet.
Good to see her back.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I think she.
Gina
does a good
Carano
job.
is great in this.
Mhm.
We get Kuill, the Ugnaught.
Yeah.
I have
Kuiil.
spoken. Kuill.
Kuiil, which is
Kuiil,
awesome
yeah.
because whenever he says his name, I think of Peter Quill. But they're
Okay.
both from outer space, you know.
Yeah. Well, one's from Earth who got pulled out to outer space. The other.
Yeah, he lives out there though.
Kuill has also rebuilt and reprogrammed IG-11 to be a
Domesticated.
non-assassin droid, I suppose.
A tea-serving droid?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll serve you tea, get you meals, and protect your children.
That's right.
Mando is not buying it, though. He still has that huge distrust of droids, and even more so, he has a huge distrust of IG-11 because he saw that he almost killed the child in the first episode, and he had to take him down.
Yeah, he was programmed to kill Baby
Absolutely.
Yoda.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they arrive on Nevarro. Karga meets them with his associates, but en route to town, they get attacked by Mynocks, giant Mynocks.
Right.
Greef Karga gets injured, but Baby Yoda, or the child, whatever we want to call him, uses force healing to heal him.
And that was pretty cool because, as far as I know, that is the first time we've seen that in any sort of live-action Star Wars representation. The idea that you can have somebody who uses the Force actually use it for healing purposes.
And it could be some sort of foreshadowing. We don't know. It's a new power.
Well, it's not a new power. It's new to the movies and TV, but
Yeah,
it has
yeah.
been in video games, the light side power to be able to heal, the dark side power to drain life. We've seen it. We know that's no longer canon, Knights of the Old Republic I'm talking about for you gamers out there. But it's at least been out there so they could draw on it. And we finally see, we thought he was going to heal the Mandalorian. Was it episode 1? I think it was 2. When he was
it was
injured.
episode 2. It was after he was bringing him back.
Yeah,
yeah.
and he was reaching out to heal him, and
And
Mandalorian's
Mando
like,
grabs
"What are
him
you
and puts him
doing?"
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I think everybody was kind of surprised. It seems like there's still a lot of people that don't really know what the Force is and are not totally sure what it does. Like, it hasn't been that long that all the Jedi are gone, but apparently people are just like, I don't know.
I've heard about this.
Yeah,
they've said.
Well,
I've heard about
and you
this
gotta
kind of
think,
thing.
Yeah.
the Jedi were, when they were thriving, they were all on Coruscant. They didn't really get out to the Outer Rim much. Not everyone. We've seen a lot of Jedi because,
That's true, yeah.
Plus-
they write the history.
Yeah, the Jedi, the majority, all but 2 or 3 of them died in Revenge of the Sith. So they've technically, not in our eyes, but been extinct for at least 100 years. You know.
Because, I mean, even in Star Wars: A New Hope, you know, Han Solo's like, oh, that hokey religion?
Mm.
You know, and they all...
That's true, okay.
We get that a lot. And with having healed Karga, he turns on his associates who were originally going to kill the Mandalorian and take the child to the client for themselves. But since he was healed, basically he was brought back. He probably would have died from his wounds. Baby Yoda healed him, so he had a change of heart, turns on his associates, and then
Would you say he's been converted to the Force?
He has, yes. May the Force be with you.
Well, he's definitely
plus.
on Mando's
Force
side. And one thing we didn't mention about the trip there was that, you know, they were in there, the crest, and they were doing the hand arm wrestling.
Yeah.
And Baby Yoda sees that he's struggling, and he kind of takes her out of the equation.
So, yeah, he used a bit of a force choke power there. That was, so that's kind of showing, and we were kind of discussing this before this, but this is kind of showing that Baby Yoda is he could dive a little bit more to the dark side. He could dive a little bit more to. We don't really know what direction he's going to go in because it's not like he has any sort of formal mentor or anybody training him. He doesn't have a Jedi or a Sith showing him how to use his powers. He's just kind of figuring this out as he goes along, and we don't know what he's learned in his 50 years of life.
Yep.
So we don't know who's taught him what.
And what else I thought about the choking, I thought, oh, man, that's only evil guys do choking. But Luke, when he got to, in Return of the Jedi, when he got to Jabba's palace,
That's true.
He choked the guys and threw them to the side.
Yeah,
that's right. I forgot about
it's
that.
considered a dark side power, I think, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw Yoda heal and choke in the same episode,
Yeah.
so he's like reaching both sides of the Force.
That's kind of the way I looked at it, too.
So perhaps he's the chosen one, bringing balance to the Force.
There's been a lot of chosen ones.
Yes, there has. Yes, there has. Thank you. But the group formulates a new plan. Greef Karga is going to pretend that Dune captured the Mandalorian, and they're all three going to enter the town to meet the client. Meanwhile, Kuill is going to take Baby Yoda back to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, things kind of fall apart a little bit.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, he said there would only be 4 stormtroopers in there, and he was right. There was only 4 in the room, but they encountered an army as they walked into that room, and then they filled up the room with more.
Well, remember, you know, once he's there, the client calls Moff Gideon, and he brings all of the Death Troopers there, who ends up just blowing the shit out of the room and killing
everybody but those 3.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, pretty much. You know, and I think, you know, and he boasts that the child will soon be in his possession, and then we see that final scene where Kuill looks dead, and a stormtrooper picks up Baby Yoda on his speeder bike and starts heading back.
Now, I'm wondering how he got shot, because they always miss. But
the stormtroopers that were in the black armor, are they new to the series? I don't recall.
They're Death Troopers.
Okay, I don't recall seeing them in anything before.
They're like stormtroopers who can hit things.
They're like Bill Burr.
Yeah, yeah.
Good callback. I like that. Nice.
So this is the first time that we've had an episode end on a cliffhanger.
Right.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know,
I was gonna
I gotta say, kind of a dick move from Disney. If you think about it, they're going to drop the episode early, and the episode that they drop early happens to be a cliffhanger. It's like, man, you couldn't have picked a worse one to do that to.
Now, to me, is that saying they're not going to have a cliffhanger for the season ender? Or are they just going to have a cliff? You know, it's kind of like a two-part.
You know, I don't know how long it's going to be before they release a new season. I don't know if it's going to come out the same time next year. But if they leave a cliffhanger and we've got to wait that long until we can see another new episode, that's going to kind of suck.
Well, they may, because season 2 was greenlit before season 1 even started being shown.
Oh, okay.
So they could very easily have a cliffhanger at the end. Now, whether he gets Baby Yoda back or, you know, Moff Gideon flies off and has it, he has to go hunt him down, and that's next season's thing. We don't know, but we may get a cliffhanger at the end of the season.
Now, is it just this season that's 8 episodes, or is it going to be all of them? Do we know?
We don't know.
Okay.
I'd be okay with that, though, because then you pack in just the right material. You don't have any, like, filler space. You know, the shows that have done well, like the old network formula of having 22 episodes a season, that it's hard to be creative for 22 episodes. So when they started putting shows on HBO and Showtime, and then they started making them 13 episodes, you know, you got a little more concentrated material. It was a little more, you could be into every one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some shows don't require all the 13, like we were talking about with the MCU shows that were on Netflix. I guess they're not MCU, but they're not canon anymore. But if they shorten some of those down, they would be a little more exciting. You know, a little more.
They should. I mean, this season has been really good about episode length being the story they need to tell. The
Yeah.
season should be the exact same way.
Yep.
If they only need 6 episodes to tell the story for that season, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Only give us, don't give us the extra filler. Don't give us stuff we don't necessarily need. If it's 6, if it's 8, if it's 10, they shouldn't be pigeonholed into
A certain
each
number.
episode has to be 42 minutes and you need 13 episodes. Because we've seen that and it doesn't work out as well as just saying, how many episodes do you need? Let's map it out. Oh, 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's worked well on season 1. And hopefully they continue that trend in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're talking about season 2, we haven't seen the season finale yet, which is coming. We were all excited that we were getting episode 7 on a Wednesday.
But now we have to wait all the way until next week, Friday, before we can
Friday.
see the season finale.
And I don't know if I'm going to be done with the Rise of Skywalker hangover by then. I might go see it again. We'll get to that in another video, but it's a Star Wars month.
Yeah, definitely. This is a big deal.
And come back next week. We will be reviewing the season finale of The Mandalorian Season 1. We'll also be talking spoiler-filled review of Rise of Skywalker. And if you haven't checked it out, our Rise of the Skywalker spoiler-free, our initial reaction at the theater video is out. Check that out also.
Yeah, and thanks for watching.